Yo, goated start. Goated start to the stream. I'm pretty sure I was muted so far. Big W. Yo, let me know if you guys can hear me now. I swear to God, I do that every time I start a stream because I have to mute it for recording other things. Whenever I'm setting up my videos. Alright, let's fucking go. But how you boys doing tonight? Everything going good? Hopefully everything's fucking solid. Ooh, looks like we got people finally hearing me. What's up, everybody? Sorry for the late start on the stream, but I'm here to give my own takes. Obviously, I'm sure you guys saw the thumbnail about the truth of power scaling, power scalers in general, as well as like a ton of different topics, and jobbers and goons in general, because he has been a big part of the old community that I find myself in. So I don't know. Tell me what you guys think down low. Let me know your opinions and thoughts on the community as a whole. I'm really curious. Don't forget that this is also a super chat stream. Yo, if you're one of the homies like Rockin' Alice, who is a channel member, guaranteed for me to read your comments. If you're not a channel member, you're always welcome to become one. But guess what? It is what it is, right? Like, I gotta respect the people hitting me on the most. Mela Brown, you're right. Jobbers and Goons is not retiring from YouTube, but he is retiring from the power scaling community. I actually had a quick chat with him about this not too long ago too. Man, oh, that's what I need to do. I need to pop out the... That's why I'm having issues over here. Let's go. Alright. Well, you know what? We got all the goons I think we need. We got 9 people chilling. Now, we might as well make it happen if that's the case. Alright, guys. So, I don't know how many of y'all... It sounds like most of you guys are familiar with what's going on here. But... yeah, there's been a lot of drama in the scaling community in general, in recent times. So it's been a lot of shit going on, especially behind the scenes. Like, especially behind the scenes. Rock says it's sad the community has gotten to, and personally I wouldn't care what they say or think, just do your own thing. Well, that's one of the cool things I think that you'll find out, is that this isn't necessarily because of like an individual or anything along those lines. Yeah, revamping of his channel is definitely where I would put it. But let's start. You know, we got all the homies here. Let's start. Let's see where we're at. Let's make it happen, boys and gals. Ooh, keep talking. Channel member rolls up. He says the power scaling community is fine, but it's the HT versus debating side that gets real toxic. There's a reason for this. Debating in general, you need to be confident, and people confuse that with arrogance. I would say similar things. I feel like the power scaling and debate community are inherently intertwined. I think that separating those two is possible, but it's incredibly difficult because the two people are going to power scale two things differently, then they have to settle that dispute, right? So like, I feel good that you are looking at the more positive side of that. I agree. It's just I feel like there's multiple layers of frustration hidden below that. But let's get to it. Let's get to the truth of power scaling over here, okay, everybody? Let's see what Dr. Goons has to say.
And today, this is kind of an explanation of where my head's at right now.
Oh my god, this music is so loud. Hold up, boys. I gotta turn off my music because, you know, the classic Christmas, the classic Christmas music for Splash is crushing me over here.
And, you know, ever since I announced on my community tab my intentions of moving on from power scaling versus battles in the conventional sense and whatnot, I've received a ton of questions. At first, I was just going to keep it to the tab. If you saw it, you saw it. If you didn't, you didn't. Cool. But I've been getting the same questions over and over. The same kind of, oh, what made you stop? What ran you off? Was it
Amaro? He's answering Rock right now.
Stuff like that. And I kind of wanted to give my perspective on power scaling, the community itself, and why it's dead to me. I just have zero desire for it anymore. So let's kind of get into it. So first of all, I kind of want to explain why I make content. You know, I started YouTube after I got hurt playing ball.
And this is true too.
And
like he's told me about this.
For about 10-11 months I really couldn't walk or move, and it was very hard to get around, very hard to find stuff to do. As a result, I started reading comic books again and really got into it and decided I want to make some content, like a Comics Explained, like a Death Battle. Like, those were my early inspirations. Chris Smooth, if we're talking about OGs, I'm a huge Chris Smooth supporter. It's one of the first YouTubers I ever watched. I think it was the first YouTuber. And I wanted to entertain. I've always thought I'm an entertaining person. I've always thought I'm funny. I always thought I provide a fun take on things. So I wanted...
Yo, if there's one thing that Jobbers and Goons has accomplished, I think it's being funny. Okay, this dude is incredibly funny. You may have your issues with him or whatever, but the guy is genuinely funny. You can't tell me that some of his videos aren't like hilarious, right? Even if you disagree with the scaling or whatever the case may be, they're genuinely solid. And his longer form story content, that, man, I've been telling him for fucking ages that, bro, that's where it's at. Like, that's where you shine, bro. I think it was the first Spectre video he put out, and I was like, bro, this is it. This is what you need to be packing, bro. Cause like this is what I feel like is the golden shit. So that's good. That's good. It seems like that was his intent from the start.
Get into that side of YouTube. I was aware of how toxic it was.
Yeah, what's up, Gurren Lagann guy?
But I always thought, you know, I would be immune to such things. I would be different. And I think that ignorance is what led me to stick around for so long. Now, I consider myself, I don't really particularly care to go back and forth about this. If you disagree, that's fine. It's your opinion, just like this is my own. But I think I'm the greatest to ever do it in terms of power scaling.
Oh, he says, I'm the god.
Over 1,000
oh, no.
Look at how long that takes. I put in my 10,000 hours as a scaler.
Guy has been grinding.
Perfect my craft. I don't think I ever met someone with as much range as me in terms of topics I could touch on, things I could cover, things I could scale, battles I was capable of doing.
You cast a wide net, to say the least.
Over the years, it's taken a real negative toll on me. I've found myself acting out of character, doing things I normally wouldn't do. I try my best to be the funny guy, the dude you want to be around, the guy that supports you, helps you get to certain spots in your career and where you want to be. And the negative nature of the game, in my opinion, turned me into an asshole at a lot of points. There's been YouTubers that I've been an asshole to because we were in such toxic community that I assume the worst of people. You know, there's been people I've worked with that friendships have been damaged because I assumed the worst of them due to how the community is, and that was wrong for me. And even if
and you know, that actually takes a lot of balls to admit too, because like I know I'm not much for a drama guy. Okay, I don't really do fucking drama. All right, that's just boring as fuck to me. I don't like causing problems with people. That's not my thing. But look, here's some Lumos lore for y'all. Weirdly enough, this may not be exclusively directed towards me, but this is an issue that came up between Jobbers and Goons and I, Dr. Goons and I, a while back, where some things were mistranslated, got blown way out of proportions, and because people just assume the most negative things about people in the community. And to be fair, this community fucking sucks, okay? Like, the people in this community are nothing but doxers and assholes. So, like, it makes sense that people do that, but, like, that's the unfortunate side of power scaling the community, is that something like that can happen, right? Is because everyone here is so fucked up, of course you're gonna assume pretty negative things about them. We just lost all respect for, like, other human beings on the internet for some reason. It doesn't make any sense. But that's big outs to him for managing to admit that, bro. That's tough. That's tough. I mean, obviously, like, me and him are better now. We've kind of put all our bullshit beside us. Both of us are kind of a fuck that shit. We don't want to do drama crowd, so we just kind of move past it afterwards.
I'm sorry, even though I've owned up to shit, you know, that haunts me a little bit. You know, I try to be a good person to the best of my abilities. I have my flaws, definitely do. I'm a shit talker.
It wasn't flawed, yeah.
been a fighter my whole life. Like, that's just is what it is, but it's not something to be proud of, and I'm not proud of that. I know there's been instances where I've gotten it into it with YouTubers and they stepped away from the game. And looking back on that, I was a piece of shit for that. Like, you should feel welcome.
It's rough.
You should be able to disagree. You should be in a community, and whether or not I wanted them to feel like they couldn't be in the community, it's wrong that I put them in that position. And, you know, I've been doxxed before. I've been threatened, but I'm such a stubborn person that I like to push through things. I like to do things in spite of others. Like, I'll never forget, I was in a major YouTuber's community. I had like 77 subscribers, and one of his boys told me I'd never be shit. I'd never make it in the game.
I think everybody has that origin story.
No one believed in me. I only had 77 subs, and that moment stuck with me. I was like, I want to prove everyone wrong. I want to prove I
had something similar with Banner Incredible Hulk. I ain't gonna lie. That's weird. Your origin story slightly aligned. Let's go.
So I stuck with it. Built my platform. We're at over 25k subs right now. You know, we're doing pretty good. We've come a long way. And in coming a long way, you do a lot of self-reflection, self-realization. You know, I don't enjoy power scaling as much as people think I do. Sure, I like figuring out how strong something is every once in a while. I like talking about who would win in a fight. But that more so dates back to my life in sports, you know, talking about who's the GOAT in bat.
Yo, and this is like so fucking true. I think that when people get involved inside like comic books, it feels like you're just kind of pushed into these two crowds. You have the people who just enjoy things for narrative, which is cool. And then you also have like the people who just do it for power scaling. And it's weird because I think somebody had slightly brought it up earlier. Keep talking, I think it was like, it feels like you're just kind of cast into these two. And if you're in one, you can't do the other. And if you do, you're criticized by everybody on the other side for having done it in the first place. Like, I'll never forget this shit, dude. I was in a League of Legends server, as a matter of fact. And I'm working on League of Legends content in the background. And I asked someone, like, hey, like, what's the best statements you can think of for, like, how many dimensions exist? And this guy looked back at me. I'll never forget this shit. He said, well, that's about it. Like, that's the worst thing you could do with lore. And I was like, what do you mean? And he was like, power scaling. That ruins the whole verse when you do that. Like, there really is a narrative that power scaling just fucking ruins your verse. And those people don't base anything in evidence, right? So it's all just raw narrative, whatever they believe the narrative is. But on the opposite side, with the power scalers, you have like the most coldly logical or illogical arguments in the entire universe, just to make whatever character sound cool, to win an argument. Like, both sides have like their own issues. There's got to be some form of balance here, dude. But these people are fucking crazy. And when I say these people are crazy, okay, y'all ready for some more Lumos lore? All right. Now, a few of you channel homies will actually remember this. Okay. So a few months back, whenever I lived in the wonderful state of Arkansas, yo, I actually got doxxed and I kept it under wraps. I kept it under wraps because I didn't want it to get out, right? I didn't want to blow everybody up about it. I had some guy show up to my house. It threatened me at my house over some dumb shit. I actually wound up fighting the guy. I got pretty banged up. That guy is going to have a limp for quite some time. But like, these people take this shit so seriously. At no point in time should anybody in the power scaling community walk outside to a knock on the door and it's somebody from the internet looking for them. That shit is wild, bro. That shit is like crazy. I remember being in that moment and just being like, bro, is this it? Like, I'm not even famous or anything. I got like 7,300 subscribers, okay? And I'm already dealing with this. You guys want to know how bad the power scaling community is? That's how bad the power scaling community is. You're not even a big subscriber, and these people are out here trying to dox you. Or take, for example, another guy I disagreed with on the internet who started spreading around pictures of edited images of me to make me look like an idiot. Like, bro, this community is so fucking wild, bro. This shit is crazy. That shit with the doxing was mind-blowing. That shit was mind-blowing. I never even messed with shit like that until then. It was crazy. But you know what? These people take this shit this real. Fiction this real. It makes no fucking sense to me.
Tim Duncan, LeBron, Michael Jordan, all these players. Who would win in a fight between UFC guys? That's just barbershop talk. We call it barbershop talk, you know? And
yeah, that's what we used to call it. It was barbershop talk, you bullshit. Yeah, until some guy takes it too far and actually wants to cause problems.
Against my family. I've had threats against myself, not too worried about myself, because in truth, I genuinely believe anyone trying to beef with me over power scaling, if they did show up at my front door, I'd just kill them.
Yeah, that's what I wound up doing, is fucking swinging hands, yeah.
But you also don't want to put yourself in a position.
Yeah, why put yourself needlessly in that position?
Saying, well, why would you let people run you off? My question would be, why do you want to be in a place you don't want to stay in? Life is about growth. It's about doing it's about expanding your horizons. In truth, what at the core, what I love to do as a YouTuber,
should sound philosophical.
Laugh. I want you, no matter if you're having the best day of your life, the worst day of your life, I want you to be able to click on my channel and just relax. Be able to catch the vibes, have a good time, enjoy yourself, laugh, cheer you up, whatever.
If this is a direction Jobbers and Goons is going in from here on, this is fucking sick. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, if he wants to take the more like entertainment route, dude, I genuinely think that he will be much bigger than he's ever been before if he tries to take that route. Don't get me wrong. I loved a lot of his older content where he'd be running around like slamming people in debates and stuff. Like, that's cool. But that's like a mildly, to me personally, that's like a mildly entertaining thing. Like, cool, you've set up a fictional fight, like, and you've established everything going on. That's cool. Like, I'm not gonna hate on you for that, but that shit gets old, okay? The number one requested thing I have on my fucking channel is versus battles, okay? When's the last time you saw a versus battle on my channel? Okay, I think it was the Sinestro Corps versus the Red Lantern Corps. And that's a really fucking abstract battle. It's not just like one guy over another guy, right? And before that, I mean, it's been a long time. I don't make content solely for what you guys want. That's an aspect of it. But I like making the shit that I make. And I would rather do that than just fucking who beats up who. Because once you have 3 to 4 people entirely figured out, you just make videos on those 3 to 4 characters on every other character they could run across. And that shit just really, really, really gets boring. It really gets boring. It's really entertaining for y'all because then you guys don't have to read any of the thousands of fucking comic books it takes in order to establish a well critically driven argument for your character. Like, it's just low-key wild. Yo, I'm gonna check out chat real quick. Yo, Fernando says, what does he miss? Am I late? Yo, we're talking all sorts of badass shit. The truth about power scaling over here, boys. Yo, Rock the Homie gives me a cat face. I'm assuming that's for the wonderful DDoSing. Kara D-Top says, beyond insanity. Well, these fucking people are crazy. Jobber Godot says, people deadass trying to ruin your life because they disagree with you over fiction. Even if they will even justify bullying, etc., because they're disagreements over fiction. So true. You know, I've had so many disagreements with people online, okay? But never once did I think about attacking them in the real world. That's the dumbest shit imaginable, okay? And whenever I attack people, I mean, the worst I really get in terms of attacking them is like, the worst I'll do is attack their intelligence, right? Because they're making a bad argument. That's totally open ground. If somebody makes a bad argument to them and you say, yo, that's a bad argument because your logic is flawed, maybe you're being a real goofball, guess what? That's an okay thing to do. But the problem is that's not what these motherfuckers do. Like, for real. It really isn't.
That's what I want to be. When I was a kid, I wanted to be a kid.
Rock says he'll get much bigger audience if he goes the Comics Explained route. Yeah, facts. It's a lot of work, though.
And in power scaling, there's not a lot of happiness. It's not a
Bro, preach! Yo, power scaling is not a happy place. That is the most, like, legitimate take I think I've ever heard from anybody ever. Power scaling is miserable, okay? You sit and you read thousands of comics, okay? You take those thousands of comics, scans from those thousands of comics, you compile them all into one large database, okay? Kind of like my DC scaling Discord, that's totally pay for entry nowadays since you're not an OG core member. But like, you do all that work, and then when you do that, all anybody ever does is complain about the thousands of hours you spent on it. And most of the time, it's really dumb fucking arguments, too. It's not even the good shit, okay? And casual, no, the dude I fought was not Fafnir. He was from a very different community.
One of the most deflating things, and this was kind of a recent event, as I was talking to a pretty prominent member of the community, and they straight up told me in private call, like, hey, us and the big dogs, we don't care about being right. We don't care about being accurate. We care about views. And that's really deflating. I'm not competing against people that want to give you...
Also, fixing Geoduck, we should start deciding the winner of debates by seeing who's more attractive. Well, clearly I would be a fucking Adonis, okay? Clearly, look at these guns. They're clearly super massive. Yeah, clearly.
Guys,
easy. Easy, boys. Easy.
That want to do the best they can.
Yo, hold up. Hold up. We got 24 motherfuckers in here, but only 9 likes. How the fuck you guys not liking this video yet? Like and subscribe if you haven't. Yo, if you're coming in from the jobbers and goons crowd, yeah, make sure you're spicing this bad boy up so we get more people in here, okay?
Like you understand the topic and what's going on. I'm competing with people that will tell you lies to make you feel better. They'll go for the confirmation bias.
Yo, this is so true too. I don't know who he talked to or anything like that, but like it does not surprise me whatsoever that really large YouTubers basically have the stance of that. Because at the end of the day, for guys who get that large, this shit is a business, okay? So if they gotta throw some fluff in there to make money, a lot of these big guys will. And that's a frustrating thing, is a lot of the people who are these big dudes, this is why I respect jobbers and goons, okay? Because he does a lot of research into what he does. I've seen the servers where he scales it out. You may not agree 100% with the scaling, but the effort and the time is going into this shit. Like, that's just how it is. Yeah, Lumos Mazicom, let's go.
To get views. And that's not what I'm in the game for. And you know, recently, I've had like weird threats where people have threatened to sexually assault me, my family, hang me from a tree.
You hear shit like this. Like, look at that, dude. They're threatening his family, threatening to hang him from a tree. Like, bro, this shit is fucked up. And you know, if you don't believe this shit, I get you, because you would think there's no way people actually do this shit. There's no way people would actually treat other human beings, as Jobber Godot just said in chat, as subhuman. Okay? That's fucking crazy. Like, other communities that are sane don't do this. Like, it's just so wild to me, bro. It's so wild.
What bothers me the most is I don't remember these people. I don't remember interacting with them. I don't remember why they hate me. And it's
most people don't.
I'm getting older. I don't really want to deal with that kind of negativity anymore if I don't have to. I don't want to stay somewhere where it's weirdos on some weird shit. You can say that's running if you want, but to me,
that shit ain't running.
To ever do it in this field. I don't need validation of people that don't know me, and I damn sure don't need their senseless threats. You know, there should never be a disagreement in power scaling where you want to dox people, where you want to put their personal
facts
out, where you want to attack them on a personal level, try to swat them, threaten to kill
them. We lost all of our civility at some point in time. If you guys watch my what was it, I think it was my Seth Clyde War live stream, which honestly I should cut up and set out the best parts because there was some bangers in there. But like, I touch up on this a lot. Dude, a lot of these people just don't care. And then if you disagree with them, because you're a threat to their financial success, they see you as attacking their being, bro. And then they just go fucking crazy on you. Crazy.
All that. That shit's whack. That shit's corny. And
facts.
I'm getting too old for that. I don't enjoy it.
You know, weirdly enough, I did this exact same thing like a year and a half ago. Like when I was doing a ton of power scaling stuff and I was like prepping all these different characters and all this different shit. But you know what? Like the power scaling thing, I'm never going to be done power scaling. Like I'm not going to lie, because I'm the kind of guy who's like a jack of all trades, okay? I like just doing things. Sometimes I do story content. Sometimes I do narrative content. Sometimes I do versus battles. Sometimes I just want to talk about cosmology. I do all sorts of random shit. Why limit yourself to one specific thing? That always seemed so lame to me when I looked out at a lot of my fellow creators who I'd hang out with. And it's like, dude, you have so much talent. The amount of talent you have is unbelievable. I wish you could take that talent and focus it on something creative, something fun. Like my music, for example. I fucking love making music for y'all, okay? Does anybody watch that shit? Not really. But as a change effect, I love fucking making that music. And that kind of entertainment value keeps you in the game much longer, too. Most power scalers are here for like a year and a half, and they fucking die for that reason. Because everybody blows them up. They have extremely bad takes, or they start relying on other people for their research. Like it's just an endless cycle, man. Don't cave.
I think most of the content creators in power scaling lie.
Facts.
Dishonest people.
Facts.
Doing it for the views, just to get attention, shock value, and it's a cancerous.
Yo, we got a 6-month member rolling in with the special chat. He says, like and subscribe, guys. And it's kind of sad, the fact that the toxicity of people mess up the fun for the entire community. He wishes it wasn't about a thing or people that are only in it for the money. They don't care about the truth or fun. Yeah, like seriously. I understand, like, as a guy who values truth really heavily, I think truth is an important thing. But truth should never lead to the harm of other people. All right, at least the way I'm doing it. If you want to do that shit yourself, you go do that shit over there. But that's not what I'm in it for. Okay, I disagree with Jobbers and Goons on a ton of fucking content, and never did we disagree exclusively, explode on each other because we foundationally disagreed on like a matchup. That seems so unbearably silly to me. Okay, we may have our differences, whether it's our beliefs or whatever the case is, what stories we like more, but a lot of this shit's just on subjective stuff, and we can both push past that. We're grown-ass men. How can we not push past the fact that we disagree with one another when the whole fucking United States does that about political shit all the time? Like, come on now. Let's be a grown-ass man and handle this shit the way we should. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. This is a lot of W's coming from Jobbers and Goons here. I was a little hesitant to coming into this because I didn't think I'd see this many W's, but we're definitely seeing the W's, boys. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. Let's keep rolling.
They'll do whatever it takes to get on top. Even selling themselves out or selling you out to do better.
True.
And I don't want to be remembered as that. When I'm done with this YouTube shit, right? Whether that's next year, 10 years from now, 20 years from now. I want to be remembered as the guy that brought y'all entertainment. That was a
facts,
happiness, right? Like my channel is somewhere we can go and have a laugh and have a good time. And recently, just working on power scaling versus battles and all that, I don't have that same energy for it anymore. It's kind of like when debates left my channel for years. It's because I don't love the game anymore. I'm in it for the love of the game, and if I don't love that part of the game, I'm not.
Why stay?
It anymore.
Yeah, why stay?
I don't love power scaling anymore. I don't love what it brings. I don't love what it does to the community. It's a very disassociated reality where people will say whatever they want because they want to hurt you. They want to hate you, even though it's just an opinion on scaling. And some people might take that as me leaving the game and haters being right, but they couldn't stop me for over 1,000 videos. I put my 10,000 hours in. I'm leaving genuinely feeling like I'm the GOAT of power scaling. No one ever did it like me. I don't think anyone ever will. Not on the sincere level I did it for. And this next stage of my channel is going to be what I love to do, which is covering comics, covering manga.
Yep, he going for that comic story and comics explained approach.
Doing goon videos, doing jobber videos.
Oh, he's sticking with the Jobbers and Goons series.
Stories ever, talking to authors, talking to writers, talking to artists, everything. I want to be
Talking to me.
Funny version of
Let's fucking go.
something like a Comics Explained. You know, people hate on him in the power scaling community. I've always stuck up for Comics Explained. Rob was right when he said the community sucked. Power scaling sucked.
Unfortunately,
Everything of that nature was trash. He was right, and I just chose ignorance for a long time. I was talking to Steve Orlando recently, off the record. And that's the Scarlet Witch writer, Midnighter writer, amazing guy. And it kind of sucked when he was talking to me, and he's like, you know, you're a cool dude. Like, he doesn't meet many people like me in my field of YouTube and quote power scaling and stuff like that. All he deals with in that nature, that realm, is negativity. And
yeah.
I don't want to be associated with that anymore. I'm not proud of it. Yeah, I think I'm the GOAT, but it's not something I'm going to hang my hat on at the end of the day. It's not something I'd put on my tombstone. But what I would is
Preach.
put on my tombstone, I made a lot of people happy. I made a lot of people laugh. And I think my best way to do that is to be a storyteller, talk about funny stuff on the channel, look out for my friends.
I've been saying that.
Continue to grow in the most wholesome way
True.
possible.
Hey, and that's me right there in an abstract way. I definitely consider myself a friend of the homie over here. Hey, we got 25 people in chat, but only 17 likes. What is fucking happening, boys? What is happening? How do we not have that like bar smashed up and everybody already subscribed? What is going on?
And to do
Report the chat, ladies and gentlemen.
on my own terms. I don't plan on returning to power scaling. I don't plan on returning to versus battles. Closest I'll get. I enjoy doing battle swaps on a narrative level and talking about narrative battles. Maybe
And those have been really good, yeah.
Actual power scaling. It's just at this point it's tiring. I don't enjoy it anymore. And if I don't enjoy it, I'm not going to do it.
And honestly, the audience for power scaling is like fucking zero, okay? Do you know how many people actually give a fuck that Superman will beat Hulk or vice versa? Fucking nobody, okay? Nobody wants that. And you think, but wait a minute. What about Death Battle, dude? Death Battle is like one of the biggest power scaling members of the community. I fucking disagree with that, okay? I don't actually agree that that's the case. They're in the entertainment community under the guise of power scaling. They don't actually scale shit, okay? So, like, I really think that that's the case. You may have an exception or two due to really popular content like Dragon Ball. Yeah, I'm not gonna doubt that. Or like Naruto, right? Like you're gonna have like your one or two flagship videos coming out from like notorious scalers. But at the end of the day, I want you to think back to all those quote unquote scalers that you enjoy on their channel, okay? Was their favorite video of yours actually the scaling? Probably not. Most of the time, you're attached to somebody because they're entertaining. Entertainment is really the name of the game. Most of the time, people watch debates for entertainment. They're not really looking for the raw logic that's there. Like, it's just how it goes, man. Like, I don't know what else to say.
So, I just wanted to give you guys my reasons why I'm stepping away from power scaling. If you want to leave the channel, that's fine.
Hey, no one ain't leaving this fucking channel, man. Come on now.
Away from the game, in terms of the power scaling community, that's fine too. Because nothing you're gonna say is gonna convince me you were better than me at it. I'm your GOAT. I gave you something to hate. Love me or hate me, you tuned in, you know. And I'm really looking forward.
Ain't wrong.
To being more positive for the community, helping people out more, and being someone other YouTubers can look up to. It hits a little different when, you know, people tell you they got into the YouTube game because of you. Cool. Well, I want to give you something special to look up to. I want to be a good role model. And I don't think I can do that successfully in the power scaling community. It's just not something that supports that. So
Facts.
in the end, I'm going to do what makes me happy. I'm going to do what I think I'm best at, which is storytelling, reviews, jobber videos, goon videos, breakdowns,
I'm down for that.
Explanations, what ifs, and we're gonna have a ton of fun. And I hope you guys stick around. I hope
that is it.
For life. Okay. And if you're not, that's cool. I wish you the best. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you respect my decision. If you don't, nothing I can do about it. So it's whatever. But yeah, you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see y'all later. Peace.
Not gonna lie, that beat was distracting as fuck. The whole time I was sitting there listening to the beat, I'm not gonna lie. Yo, that was why power scaling is dead to jobbers and goons. Here, I'm gonna move myself to the other side so y'all can see the title over here. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I agree with a heck of a lot. Tell me what you guys think down low in chat. Was Dr. Goons spitting facts, huh? Was Dr. Goons genuinely spitting facts this time around? I mean, he had some pretty solid points, I feel like. Idiots, doxers, just people who cause problems for you, man. Like, that shit is so fucking stupid. The community is tiny, but they're the loudest motherfuckers in the multiverse. And they're just... none of it's worthwhile, I guess, at the end of the day. Like, it's just not worth all the issues and shit. I think I made like a very light comment on that during one of my live streams at one point in time, as I was just like, I'm down with like nothing but the power scaling content, dude. That shit's lame. And like I said, the audience for it is so fucking small, dude. How many people do you know in the real world that talk about power scaling? Sit down and think about that idea. There's not that many, okay? You have to find places like this YouTube channel or his YouTube channel or other diehard YouTube channels, right? There might be a few really big boys, but very few of them are past 100K, right? Most aren't even past 50K. Most of them are just tiny dudes like me, just chilling, right? So like, I don't know, man. It's just sad. The scaling community just really is a shitter. I disagree with someone on YouTube the other day. Oh yeah, I already said that earlier. Yeah, he started just throwing N-words at everyone because that's cool and just making himself look like a complete idiot. Okay, I'll admit I'm not the most cordial guy I can't say that because I'm a really fucking cordial guy. I'm not the most prim and proper guy in the universe. Have you seen my fucking hair, bro? I look like I have Yu-Gi-Oh's hair every time you fucking see this shit. I'm not sitting here and expecting everybody to be acting like we're all fucking British people in the 1800s, all prim and proper. No, but you at least gotta have some level of legitimacy whenever it comes to interacting with other human beings. And these people just really can't, man. Some people got really mad when I started doing in my videos, my power scaling videos. This guy can do this, and like, you make whatever the fuck you want of it, because I'll tell you what I want, but no one will ever fucking agree. Or I'll just give you every potentiality that whatever it is could be, right? Like, hey, you could look at it this way, or you could look at it this way. Like, you make your own fucking mind up. Regardless of how you look at it, it scales to whatever structure, and you can scale that however you want. Because most of these people are just glaze over at the idea, like their eyes do, whenever you just start talking higher end physics or higher end cosmologies, and don't care. But you make it fun and sexy, everybody's like 100% fucking down. Yeah, I don't know, man. Just some weird ass shit. Power scaling me died like a year ago. The more and more you get involved in it, the more and more you find out it's just people trying to look cool. And you know what? I guess some people think they look cool by proving their verbal superiority. But I guess that's not what I value. Okay? What I value is very different. Okay? What I value is very different. I value the truth. And I'll admit, you can be wrong while trying to reach the truth. But too many of these dumb motherfuckers don't care about the truth. They just care about whatever argument gets them to the top. And that's what fucking sucks about power scaling. Is the best power scalers aren't even fucking like content creators out there. 99% of them. The content creators that are out there 99% of the time, legitimately, they're just content creators. They're just entertaining people. They're people that are like the debate lords and shit. They just know that they can talk, right? And they're really skilled when it comes to talking. That's it. They're not the best scalers. They just are verbally equipped. But when you come across somebody who's actually a good scaler and verbally equipped, you get fucking annihilated, right? Because you just look like some asshole who just read half the story. This is why I stopped doing open invites to the server like a long fucking time ago, because I'd have these dipshits who'd beg to debate me, and then I'd spend 3 hours in a call with them in DMs, and I wouldn't learn anything new. They didn't actually have any unique goal of informing me the truth. It was just random bullshit. And so it's sad. It's just sad to see the state of this. I'm not even crazy about like power scaling, but like the people who are just look so much worse as a result of it, bro. Like even the biggest members in the community have clouds over the head, right? Like look at Seth right now. Seth's got a cloud over his head so big he can barely see his own fucking subscriber count. And that guy was almost 1 million subs not too long ago. That's some pretty wild ass shit. I don't know, man. It's just some wild stuff. The power scaling community is just a big letdown, man. The more and more I involve myself with it, the more and more I'm let down every time. But what do? How do you control people on the internet, huh? You can't. People want to say dumb shit on the internet and they will. You can't really do anything to stop it. You can make 1,000 videos like he did, and guess what? You won't really get anywhere with these dumb motherfuckers. That's just how it goes. I mean, fucking Versus Battle Wiki had Superman at Solar System and Rebirth until literally the other day when people blew them up about it. So they changed it. They upgraded it, right? They had fucking Hal Jordan leagues, entire tiers above Superman in terms of fucking physical combat. How fucking insane. That shit's crazy, bro. Literally insane. But I don't know. I think the league community, or I think like the power scaling community has effectively shot itself to death. I don't think that it ever happened from outside. The league community shot itself in the foot until there was no fucking foot left and it bled. So there's no more damn blood. Yeah, Goons made it to 25K. He knows what's up, Rock. Like I definitely ain't hating on K. Alright, definitely ain't hating on Jobbers and Goons. He's a very entertaining person. Like I said, I've been telling him that since I first met the dude. I mean, what, 4 years ago or something like that? Yeah, I don't know, man. Don't forget, though, we got this super chat popping off. If you have a super chat you want to throw up, don't forget. You can drop that super chat down low. Be sure to make it happen, as I'm mainly talking to the homies who are Theromax Corps members. Those are the homies who actually hook me up, man. Every month. You already know he's what's up. And that's why I always give him the shot. But yeah, man, the power scaling community is just next generation. I really do need to watch through that whole fucking Jobbers and Goons, or not Jobbers and Goons. Although he was on that live stream of mine with Seth and Clyde. Yo, that shit was low-key just mad, bro. That was wild. Yeah, power scaling's for fun. Don't have a clue why people harass each other. I agree 100%. And just so you guys know, like, the number one reason why power scalers get attacked so much is because they'll make, like, a random one-off statement where they won't go into something in the most incredible fucking detail known to man. This is something that gets me on my channel a lot, right? Like, I'll recap a story, and the people will bitch that I won't give every single instance of a character's story because they think it was more narratively important. It's like, no, motherfucker, I'm just here for feats, okay? If I don't think a feat is as good as other feats, it may not get put in the video. Because guess what? I got a limited amount of time. I can't have 40-minute videos on every character I fucking scale. Because guess what? I'm one guy doing this shit. And that would mean one video per 3 months if I'm lucky. Screw that. Okay? Real power scaling videos are fucking difficult. Hey, what's up? Keep talking. He dropped the chat. Says everybody, say it with me. Power scaling is subjective. I think power scaling can be subjective, depending at certain points. Sometimes that shit is not subjective. I ain't gonna lie. If this guy walks over, he blows up a planet, man. It's hard to say this motherfucker ain't planetary. But debate lords will invent ways to fucking complain about you saying that, okay? Swear to God, man. The biggest weeb community, okay? I would rather talk to Dragon Ball fans forever about Dragon Ball, because like at least I could talk about the story and be hyped and shit, bro. But goddamn, power scalers, whether they're Dragon Ball fans or not, they're fucking insane, bro. Like they just DC ones are nonetheless too, right? Like I know the whole 6D fucking scaling drama. I have people trying to attack me for that. That shit was super fucking funny. I had like the biggest internet tough men in the world coming after me because I said, hey, I think your scaling is bad, and here's an author statement admitting that my scaling is correct and you're doing it wrong. Like, it's so funny to me. Or whether it was the cast fans before that, right, where they just have these wildly insane fucking positions. And it's like, bro, these are so untenable. Like, you don't have to hate me or anything. Like, I'm not asking for the hate. I'm not saying this to you to just be a dick, which is, to be fair, what a lot of the scaling community does. I'm just after something genuine. And the problem is there's not enough people who are after genuine shit in the power scaling community. But this was a really banger video. I'm not gonna lie. This was a real sick video. I'm curious to see where Jobbers and Goons takes it from here. I know I have a few separate videos that I want to actually cross over with him on. I was thinking about slamming a few of them bad boys out too, so who knows? You might see Goons back on the channel down the way, and you might see me on his channel. We'll see. Rock says, no, not the 6D DC arguments. Get the imaginary access videos. Don't worry, Rock. I've got a few more I've been working on too. Yeah, that's just... It's a different time. Tides are changing, bro. One thing I will say in the YouTube scene, things seem like they're changing a lot and very quickly, in my opinion. Like, we have all these YouTubers quitting. We have people just completely changing up everything they're doing in terms of content. Like, it's a pretty wild time to not only be a fan, but to also be, like, a creator right now. Like, it's genuinely low-key weird. What do you guys think, though? It's been awfully quiet in the comments, man. We got a lot of hate on power scalers and power scaling content down low. Yeah, Drip Sauce DC cosmology scaling debunk has to be some April Fool's joke. It won't be. He'll put it out. I'm sure I'll get a shout out in it. I hope he does. It'll just make me more popular with this community. It'll give me more views. Every time somebody mentions my name that's not directly in my community, it's just more views for me. Have I thought of doing videos that will break down Lantern stories, like their crossover adventures with other DC heroes like Hal and Jay? I put out my first comic story-esque kind of style video a little while ago. I need to follow up on that. I have the full script for it. I just need to start editing it. I might do that this week, actually, because I've got 2 more videos. I'm trying to do 3 videos a week for you guys that are like fully stated, fully edited content. And so I might have time for that depending on this next one, because I owe all of my Theromax Corps members the Green Lantern villain beats the shit out of Marvel video. And needless to say, that one's like fucking hilarious, bro. That one is low-key crazy. Hey, good old channel friend Jobber Godot, good old JoJo's guy for $9.99 says, in brightest day and blackest night, beware your fears made into willful light. Let those who try and stop what's right burn like his power. Theromax's might. Oh, okay, you know what? Just for you guys. I don't do this often, but you know, I might start doing this. I might start doing this just for ooh, chill. Oh no, it's not gonna stay. Okay, I might start doing this just for super chats. Yo, let's see if we do this. Let's see if it works. Let me get an angle you can actually see. Yo, I'll charge my battery for you. In brightest day and blackest night, beware your fears made into light. Let those who try and stop what's right beware my power, Theromax's might. Yo, goated. Yo, I love this battery, dude. This battery is fucking god tier. Look at this shit. It stays on. It stays powered. Can you still see that? Yeah, you can still see this shit. Fucking god tier. God tier. Big W's to the first super chat of the night as well. Big W's. Big W's. Rock says, yo, we brought out the fear battery. Hey. Easy, boys. Easy, boys. Who else is going to pull up a full-on lantern battery on stream, okay, and charge the ring for you guys? Fucking nobody. Fucking nobody. There ain't another GL fan alive that's as hardcore as me. Yo, so Masanic says, how much for the lantern battery, my dude? Good fucking luck. Those are like $500+, all right? You don't even want to know how I came across that thing. And if you don't believe me, fucking Google search that shit. Look up full-size actual lantern batteries that are functional. That shit is expensive, all right? That shit is not cheap. Yeah, casual. I left it at my house, obviously. Duh. I'm like, how? I take off my ring to do normal shit. Man, how many times I gotta tell you that? Yeah, people say that Goku scales above the op there. That's pretty weak, bro. That's pretty weak sauce, I ain't gonna lie. Oh, God. Oh, no. I'm going again, boys. Yo, we got another super chat. Boom, let's go. Would you ever consider doing Godzilla scaling? Okay, uh-oh. We're losing out on our Jeff Jones Omni-Buy over here. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna leave this bad boy right here. Ugh. Okay, so when it comes to Godzilla scaling, for your $2 dono, Godzilla scaling's kind of weird. I got a few guys who actually scale out Godzilla, so I wouldn't be too bad. I don't think it would be unreasonable because they could probably point me to the best places and give me a generalized sense of like everything going on. I don't imagine I would invest into like comp Godzilla or anything like that, but maybe specific versions. Like if somebody asked me to only do like one version that didn't have like 8,000 fucking issues to it or something, then yeah, probably. If it was requested and paid for, it would be a whole different story, right? Like I might actually look into something like that. But in my spare time, just like doing whatever, probably not. I've got so much DC content and like League content and other stuff I want to do that like, I don't hate Godzilla. He's just not at the top of my list. Ooh, Supersonic says, oh shucks, too broke. Well, you know what? Unfortunately, you are too broke to get a ring charge today. I don't know what else to say. Big dubs to the super chats coming in though. Big dubs. But yo, I tell you what, boys. Unless we get another super chat in the next few minutes, I think I'm gonna call it here. I got some extra stuff I want to do. Probably go hang out in the server. So if you're not a channel member, you can always check the link on my YouTube page. I think that's still active, and you can enter up on the server. We got some pretty cool people there. Just for fans, not for YouTubers. So no YouTubers will be allowed in. How many Omnis do I have? Not even sure. Casual begging me to watch Bleach. Man, it is like fucking 4 in the morning for you or some shit. How in the hell are you still awake? This man lives in the dark multiverse. Yo, this was a pretty banger video though, I'm not gonna lie. I'm really interested to see what's going on. You know what? Let's see what other content he's been putting out recently. Here we go. Oh, I did hear about this bad boy. I watched this one, but it might have been on my other account. Yeah, this one was fucking god tier, dude. I can't believe this is a dumbass. I argue this shit all the time with randoms, dude. I swear to God. This shit kills me. But looks like the super chats came to an end, boys. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for dropping anything you can, Jobber, as well as Ty Graybill. Really appreciate the drops. And yeah, it was a blast chilling, boys. Don't work too hard out there. Thanks for charging my ring. And I guess with no further ado, we'll catch you next time, Lanterns. Later.